Can I really learn IT by myself? Every exam made me question if I really truly belonged in the cybersecurity profession until I passed. Every single one on the first try. So far, at least. That confidence didn't start on day one, but it is here now, and I am finishing this degree. Hi, it's Tiffany. Welcome back to Breaking Firewalls and Glass Ceilings. This is episode 5, and it's called 7 Classes to Go, my cybersecurity check-in. Why did I go back to school again? All right, so if you've been listening along, you know I started in engineering and then transitioned over to computer science, and neither of those were the right fit for me. I'm Goldilocks, and I'm looking for the right fit. So after I left computer science and NJIT, I had my second child. His name is Dylan. When Dylan was born, I had no idea what I was still going to do. We've talked about possibly starting a business on Amazon where you're getting wholesale items shipped to America and you're doing all the middleman work. We talked about starting our own business. I tried to go back to customer service, but I knew that I needed a remote job, and customer service remote jobs are a commodity. Thousands of people go for each one every day. So obviously I never got one. We got an opportunity to send Dylan to daycare for an extremely discounted price. Daycare is ridiculously expensive, and I don't know if we would be in this position we are right now with school if that hadn't happened. It seemed like the obvious sign with my child going to daycare and my oldest child is in public school that I went back to school and finally finished my degree. My degree is the only thing I have ever felt regretful about. I told myself, I don't want to feel regret about this degree anymore. I want to do something with my life that is not just being a rock star mom and a rock star wife. I wanted to be special. I wanted to be known. I've always wanted to be that way. And you can say, you were special. You were special to those kids. Of course I am. Because I want to grow and learn and become part of the cybersecurity world doesn't decrease how great of a mom I am. And that's what you need to understand. And that's what I already do understand and what I'm trying to teach other women. If you want to only be a mother, then that's fine. If you want to be a mother and go to work, that's fine. If you don't want to be a mother, that's fine. That's your life. I just want to put it out there that we are capable of anything. So I was looking around, and the 2 schools I was looking at was WGU, Western Governors University, and Thomas Edison University. Thomas Edison is in New Jersey, where I am, and Western Governor University is in Utah, but it's an online degree. WGU offers a competency-based program where basically it's not A, B, C, or D, it's pass-fail. And it's not really pass-fail, it's more prove your competency or try again. I really like that vibe because I've always been really good at distance learning when I was going for engineering or NJIT. If they offered it on the computer where it was 100% up to me to finish it, like they give you all the material, you do it, I love that. I don't like going to classes. I don't like listening to lectures. I would much rather have a book and a test. And that was really what got me. I loved the idea of that. I loved doing it on my own time. I loved not having to go to a class, whether that be on the computer or in person. I didn't have to do any of that. I did obviously pick WGU. WGU, they go class by class. You can take more than one at a time, but they do recommend one at a time to knock it out as fast as possible. So I decided cybersecurity. It sounded really interesting, and honestly, it sounded like a little bit of software and a little bit of hardware, and it was just right for me. Goldilocks. I started out extremely insecure about the whole situation. I didn't think I was going to be smart enough. I didn't think I was capable enough, but I was willing to try. All of the adventures that I had taken in the last couple of years never panned out. I would start a journey and not finish a journey. So I was really, really, really gung-ho to finish this journey. This would not be another instance where I didn't complete what I wanted to complete. So when you go to WGU, they give you all of the work and you study, or you already know it because you're coming from that career. Like, it's really also geared towards people that come from that career. You are in IT and you went back for cybersecurity and you knocked out half the classes because you already knew that stuff. Now, I came in with a little bit of knowledge. I had some engineering knowledge, some computer science knowledge, but I didn't have IT knowledge. So I came in low on the what do I know scale. So I knew it was going to, like, in the beginning at least, it was going to be a lot of studying because I was coming from nothing almost. Like, I knew what RAM was and I knew this and that, the basics. So when you go to get ready for the exam, BGU gives you 4 tries for the exam. These are all proctored. So if they're a WGU exam, you're doing it in your house. If it's a certification exam, you can go to a testing center. They give you 2 free tries because they have to pay for that company to watch you take your test. So if you fail the first 2 times, then you have to pay the second 2 times, $40 a piece. I would be on Reddit all the time reading these Reddit posts that are 95% men, so they obviously assume you're a man too. And all these men are telling each other, it's okay, bro. Everybody fails the first time. Lots of guys fail the first time. Just pick yourself up, bro. You can do it. I have never failed. I have never failed a WGU test. I have never failed one of the certifications. So I love these bros telling each other that they can fail and it's okay because I'm over here slaying, not failing. We started with 24 classes and now I'm down to 7. 24 felt like a mountain. And that was with classes that had been cut off because of my previous education. So it seemed impossible from the get, and now we're at single digits. Some terms flew, others dragged. To be honest, this is my 3rd term. With WGU, it's like a 6-month period between terms, and they give you about 3 to 4 classes to do. Now, if you finish all of those classes, you can move classes up to your term and knock them out without paying anything additional because the term is the price, not the class. So each term there was a set price. The first term I did 3 classes. The second term I was able to do 4 classes. My current 3rd term, 10 classes. It's like I picked up the pace and the ball started rolling down the hill extremely fast. The first certification I took at home was the CompTIA A+ Part 2 certification. The A+ certification is supposed to be the basic one, but it's so much information that they split it into 2 parts. BGU had me take the second part first. So when I went to take Part 2 upstairs in my house, it took 30 to 40 minutes to set me up with the proctor team. And in the middle of the test, my power went out in my house. So when my power went out, everything turned off, including the Wi-Fi. So I lost the test. Now, they're watching you. They're watching you make sure you don't leave the screen. I thought they were gone. So I went and got my phone and I was calling my mentor to figure out what to do. And that's when they kicked me out of the class. Test. If I hadn't moved, they would have probably set me up, reset me up, and then I started again. But I didn't know what was happening. So from then on, I went to a testing center. The testing center is really great, fast, easy, and not complicated. It's important to uncomplicate things when the situation is already complicated. What do I want to do when I'm done? Well, I think I'm going to end up going into sales or security, but I'm leaning towards security. I really like the idea of being an ethical hacker, and I thought that since the very beginning. The moment it said ethical hacker, I said, that sounds awesome. So that's going to be truly tested when I take my cybersecurity certification, as well as my penetration test certification. So penetration testing is basically an ethical hacker is paid to attempt to penetrate your network and find that your network is not secure. Find where it's insecure at, and then penetrate it, aka break into it, hack it. I like the idea of doing that. Honestly, I'm not going to know if that's the route I'm going to go until I take those classes, and either I really like it or I really don't. Biggest lesson so far, main battle is the imposter syndrome. That voice telling me that I don't belong. That, coupled with the looks that you get from men, can be really damaging on a woman's self-worth. Luckily, my cybersecurity journey has no other students involved. You can get involved in a chatterbox per class, but you don't have to do it, and you're really never talking to students unless you found somebody on LinkedIn, which I highly doubt. But constantly, I did hear that voice in the beginning saying I didn't belong and I wasn't smart enough. I don't hear that voice anymore. Okay, here are the lessons that I learned. You have to be confident. You have to fake it until you have it. You cannot let the little voice inside of your brain dictate what you will do with your life. That voice is a liar. You're amazing. You study when you can. That's why I did the WGU program. So when it's available for me, it's available for me. You don't need to know it all. You just need to keep going. Definitely make sure you ask for help when you need it, and trust yourself because you are good enough. Surprise struggles. I can't study whenever. I study when I can, which is public school and daycare hours. Unlike other students, I have to study when it's convenient in my life. I can't just drop the kids off at grandma's house and move forward. My village is very small. I do not speak to any of the family that's in the current state I'm in, and my dad is in the Midwest. I have no village. I have one person in my village. His name is Danny, and he is our family's best friend. He is my husband's best friend. He is one of my best friends. He is definitely my children's best friend. Even the dog loves Danny. Shout out Danny. Everybody is always jealous that we have a Danny in our life because he is a magnificent, trustworthy person. Shout out Danny. If you know, you know. I love you, sir. The point is not to be like, all I have is Danny, but the point is all I have is Danny. So Danny comes over and hangs out with us, but it's not a situation where it's like, hey, can you take the kids for 5 hours so I can study? So studying is on my downtime only until I go back to work. I don't need an instructor. I don't really enjoy lectures. I don't learn well that way. I like to be able to pause lectures, write stuff down. I hate feeling rushed in a lecture. And on top of that, you record the lecture and then take notes later. Like 2 lectures. That sounds terrible. What is left in this cybersecurity journey? There are 7 classes left. Currently, I'm working on 2 of them. It's a long story. Right now, I have Project Plus opened. It's a business, the class is called Business of IT. It's a CompTIA Project Plus certification. I also have the class Linux Foundations open, which is a Linux Essential certification. Both are certifications. Both will be going to a testing center. Both I hope to have passed in about 3 weeks. Next is Information System Security, which is a SSCP certification. Next, Cyber Defense and Countermeasures, which is a CompTIA Cybersecurity Plus certification. Next, Managing Cloud Security. This is going to be my only easy peasy class because it's not a certification. Next is Penetration Testing, which is the CompTIA Pen Test Plus certification, which scares me half to death. And lastly is my final written project, the IT capstone. I'm not afraid to fail because I know I'm not going to fail. I just don't know how long this is going to take me. So my first goal is to end by November 30th, which is the end of the next term. And that would mean I would only pay for 4 terms. Otherwise, my next goal after that is January 13th, which is my 40th birthday. So I would love to be done before I was 40. That would make me really happy to officially start this journey in 40. And that just shows you how you can go for your goals at any age. Look at me. Look at me now. Look at me now. I'm getting paper. Real talk wrap up. For the women, the moms, the late bloomers, you're not behind. Technology is not just for the kids. Technology is our world. You cannot deny it. You have to grow with it. These children grew up with a phone or a tablet in their hand, a lot of them. They comprehend technology so much more rapidly than us because they grew up around it. So working a device is easy for my 6-year-old, more difficult for my 80-year-old mother-in-law. But it's not impossible. My mother-in-law figured it out because she's smart, capable, and she knows she's capable. Tech isn't for 20-year-olds. Let that go. You don't need a 4.0. You need grit, curiosity, and definitely coffee. Whatever you go for your life, just keep going. Even if you fail in it, you keep going. Worst case, you find a different avenue or find a different journey. Just because you think you found your journey and you don't love it doesn't mean it's it. I thought engineering was it for me. I thought computer science was it for me. I didn't know that cybersecurity would be waiting for me one day. Well, thanks for listening. This has been my cybersecurity journey so far. So going forward, we're going to continue to talk about the journey that I'm on, and we'll talk about how the classes are going. But I do want to move into a place where we start talking to guests. I'd like to have some friends on, some professional friends, talk about their journeys in the man's world, in the IT world, and prove to you that you're capable of anything. You can listen to this podcast on Spotify, Breaking Firewalls and Glass Ceilings. You can also check us out on TikTok and Instagram. Please send me DMs. I would love to hear from all of you. If you need motivation, if you need help one-on-one, feel free to reach out. This is Tiffany, and I'm happy for you to come on this journey with me. I'll see you next time on Breaking Firewalls and Glass Ceilings.